We have Nate McKervey of Splunk. It's been really awesome. Been able to work with Nate and his team on a few things recently. I'm sure Nate is going to talk a lot about data and how you can leverage Splunk to extract insights. Thanks for being here, Nate.
No problem. When you grant me access to share, I will share. All right. And John, no worries about taking some of my time. It's just going to cost you that NFT. All right, I have access now. Okay, I'm going to set something up. Let's see if this works.
At any time, billions of people around the world are doing things. They're building, learning things, going places. Have you ever wondered, how does all this stuff get done? How do we build rockets that go all the way to Mars? How does the picture of a cat get from one phone to a billion phones? The answer is data. Back in the day, getting things done was pretty simple. If you were building a car, you had an assembly line. Every process was out in the open. If you wanted to check on things, you could just walk up to Fred and say, "What's up, Fred?" You knew what was happening because you could see it happening. Today, that's not so easy because everything is digital. And you can't exactly walk up to a server or an app and strike up a meaningful conversation. So the question is, in today's digital world, how do we know what's happening?
Yeah, that's a real key question. How do we know what's happening? There's so much going on. Everybody's got their own systems of record. It's pretty chaotic. And if we step back for a minute and we think about like what is happening, we're actually becoming digital even faster, and we're creating new digital things. And even existing digital things are being adopted even more. Just over the last 10 months, the internet has seen a 70% increase in use. And we can know why, everybody working from home. And this has also caused a 76% increase in commerce. And now, for the first time, more than half of all customer engagements are completely digital in nature. What this means is that data has absolutely become an essential service. And organizations that can best harness their data, they're going to get ahead, they're going to win. The ones that don't know how to handle data or make the most use of it, they're not going to do so well. So over the next 7 minutes what I'd like to do is show you that the next wave of digitization is here, and you all watching online or right here in person are the ones that are actually making it happen. If I'm successful today, what you're going to know is exactly what this next wave of digitization is, and you're going to know how to capitalize on it. See if you notice the moment when you recognize how you can unleash data from your organization in ways that haven't been possible until very recently. I'm going to give you a little hint of what's to come. So if we think about the internet, what the internet has really allowed us to do is transfer information in a digital manner. And blockchains, they've more recently enabled us to transfer things like value in a digital manner. But when we apply newer advancements in technologies to blockchains, what we get are some pretty incredible applications of it. And just think about what's going to be possible with zero-knowledge proofs and smart contracts, fully digital automatic agreements for the first time in humankind. It's going to be quite a ride. And this is all thanks to one simple fact. As we, as humans, figure out how to increase the flow of information, it leads to completely new products, services, and productivity. And just take a look over time, like when we had mainframes, we got a little better computation, and then we were able to transfer this a little bit more, and we just keep creating more and more data. And if we can increase this flow, it increases prosperity. And it's not something that is going to stop. Every about 20 years, we start to see a new wave come along. So the hardware wave, the software wave, the network wave, and now the Web3 wave. And each one of these waves is just a new technology that builds on the previous. So you're not seeing any of these other technologies go away. You're just seeing the value of the highest margin opportunities move to the newer layer. Like today, I wouldn't really want to be in the business of creating new PCs or new computers, but I do want to be in Web3 because that's where all the opportunity, or the biggest opportunity is, the margins, the new things that haven't been thought of, and the people here are the ones that are making that happen. But there's a problem. Data is still siloed way too much, and we need to free it, and Web3 is going to let us do that. And this includes data in enterprises and organizations. But and when I say data, I really mean any data. For example, when my daughter was born, exactly 1,134 days ago, I, like any good parent, immediately stored data information about her in a system of record, in Splunk in this case. So her weight, her social security number, latitude, longitude, and then I took a hash of that data, put it on Ethereum mainnet with some other metadata, and I felt good. I can prove that this information existed at the point in time, coincides with my daughter's birth. We can use hospital records. How do I know the hospital actually recorded the same information that I recorded? They have the same social security number. They're not going to give me access to their back-end systems. This is a problem that Baseline could have solved. But unfortunately, baselining children is not going to be, I think, one of the most popular initial use cases, contrary to what John was talking about, baselining children. But maybe he'll prove me wrong there. But anyway, so the point is, baselining allows you to really synchronize these systems together. So consider some of your systems. So every organization has some degree of IT. And you probably have ERP systems, CRM. You're tracking business processes, contract statuses, payroll, whole bunch of stuff. And you have to deal with your partners, your competitors, your customers, your vendors, your auditors, and they all have to store a lot of this data as well. And how do they store it? Well, they take what they think is the agreement and they put it in their own system of record. And then inevitably, over time, either from the moment they started storing it, or when the first change order comes in, or when the data is tampered with or corrupted, things get out of sync. And this causes a gigantic headache for organizations. And you know what? To be honest, I don't even think a lot of us recognize this happens. We've just become accustomed to the pain. Things like net 30 exists and say, oh, net 30, at least that's not net 45. It'll only take me 30 days to get paid. Well, that is a gigantic inefficiency due to like human intervention having to happen a lot of times. Net 30 should stand for net 30 seconds. And that's where we're gonna be able to go with this kind of technology. So this actual exact slide I showed at a executive summit 4 years ago to 200 CXOs in the room saying, hey, blockchain's going somewhere, it's gonna be able to solve this problem. But it couldn't solve the problem back then. And so the holy grail of synchronizing enterprise systems just remained a dream until Baseline came along. And Baseline allows your organization, your enterprise infrastructure to just get in sync. So like John was saying, at Splunk, we used to tell customers, oh, you've got IT problems, you've got security problems, you've got business analytics problems, just Splunk it. It was simple, just Splunk it. Get the data inside of Splunk and you can ask any question of it and get the answer. Well, that's where we should go with business synchronization. Just baseline IT. Just baseline your infrastructure. All right. So some of you might be thinking, wait, are you talking about like sharing data with competitors and stuff? There's no way I'm going to share data with the competitors. I've got all the, I'm not going to do that. Well, sometimes it actually makes sense. So imagine you're an insurance company and you have to pay out a claim to a client or a customer. Well, how do you know that they aren't also doing that same claim with one of your competitors, one of your insurance competitors? Well, it'd be great to have a shared ledger with all the insurance companies and you could solve that fraud use case. But anyone here knows I can't share data on a public ledger. Like, not only is that bad for a number of reasons, I have security, regulation, compliance requirements. I simply can't share that data. So how is this problem solved with the Baseline protocol if blockchains couldn't solve this by themselves? Well, I think that the main reason this is we're capable of this now is because of the advancements in zero-knowledge proofs combined with distributed ledger technologies. I believe that what secure HTTP did for the web, zero-knowledge proofs will do for Web 3. And if you think about it, our entire day relies on secure HTTPS. Like, even, who knows, maybe if I didn't have HTTPS, maybe my Uber would have been stolen on the way over here. But what HTTPS enabled was the transfer of information in a way where the data or information is not revealed in clear text. So it allows you to transfer information without revealing it. Zero-knowledge proofs, they do something a bit different. They allow you to use information without transferring it at all. And that's really remarkable. So all the applications we rely on today that didn't exist before HTTPS, that same sort of thing I think is going to happen with the application of zero-knowledge proofs on a shared ledger for everybody. All right. So, and I mean any data. So this is going to be really useful for synchronizing business systems, but you're still going to have IT and infrastructure and security problems. And if you really want to get answers from your data, you need to put it in a place where you can analyze it. That's why we built Splunk. It's the data to everything platform. You get Splunk access to your data, and you can investigate, monitor, analyze, alert, act at any scale. We have a customer that's doing over 8 petabytes a day into Splunk. So imagine a search over a month of that data. It's quite large, and the structure doesn't matter at all. And so when people think about Splunk, they usually say, oh yeah, I've heard of Splunk. It's that IT thing, or it's that security thing. And they're right. We're well known for being able to take logs, metrics, and traces, combine them all together, let you correlate across them, and answer any question that's relevant to that data. What a lot of people don't know is that we've been putting effort into adding ledger data too. And when I say ledger data, I don't just mean transaction data. This is not another block scanner. This is the ledger data, it's the metadata around it, and it's other enrichment capabilities too that allow you to correlate across all of these other data sources too, and even across chains and layers all in one place. You can search one Ethereum address and you can see everything it's done across all chains, even with bridges involved. Anyway, the one way you can do that is using Splunk Connect for Ethereum. So when we worked with like well over 100 organizations now, and we saw that they were all building or most of them were building their own tooling from the ground up to kind of extract some data, put it in a relational database, and it was just a bad idea for so many reasons, like maintaining it, performance, security. You don't really want to put that data in a database anyway, and so we said, hey, why don't we build this? Why don't we solve this problem at scale? We're really good with data, and let's make it completely open source and give it to everybody. You don't even have to use Splunk to use Splunk Connect for Ethereum. It's being used a bunch of places. Maybe York will talk about one place it's being used later today. And yeah, like I said, it does a lot of cool stuff like automatic ABI decoding and contract fingerprinting. And so when you kind of take these things together, all of the logs, the metrics, the traces, the ledger data, you can really build anything you want. So Provide has an awesome Splunk implementation. This is a Splunk dashboard where they're looking at all of their different services in real time, and they can see the health of all of them. If they were running out of resources, usage, they could see why. If they're having errors, they could drill down and see why. At any point, they can go down to the raw data wherever it is. So now it just clicked on Ethereum, and we can see these are real transactions happening. This is what a raw transaction looks like. This is a smart contract. And you can do all sorts of analytics here and correlate in many, many different ways. Yeah, and so, like I said, we worked with so many different organizations, Provide included, and we see common set of gaps that most organizations have. And so we try to help close those gaps. We want to help advance Web3, make people, make it suck less to adopt this stuff. And if you want to get in contact with us, just email blockchain@splunk.com. And if you still don't understand what we do, because I didn't really want to make this a Splunk session, you can check out what we're doing with blockchain stuff at unblock.splunkdlt.com. And I just want to end with, remember, this is like the next wave, and it's still the beginning, and you guys are the ones making it happen.
Nate, you guys are making it happen. Splunk rocks.
We're all going to make it. Let's go.
Splunk
Have a good evening.
rocks.